What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. So I was hoping the next build series would be probably with one of my cars or something new to the channel, but instead Jackson, my oldest, and my dad got into I don't know, a fun heated debate. Maybe it wasn't really heated, but about wanting to just go out and race each other at a drag strip somewhere this spring. So neither one of them have any racing experience. Jackson's only 15, he'll be 16 in February, and I think my dad's probably put maybe 500 to 1,000 miles on the 57 the entire time he's owned it. So in order to make things a little fair, I told Jackson that I would, help him out with some stuff, and we would make it a little bit better of a race since Chuck's got a built 355 in the 57. Well, since they agreed to do this race, my dad anyway, has since purchased a supercharged LS3 and a T56 for my brother. So we have to go swap that in there and do all that. We're gonna have to redo the exhaust, redo all the fuel system, juice clutch, all of that stuff. So that's gonna take a ton of time to get that in there, let alone mounted and all that stuff. And my dad didn't want anybody running nitrous because he thought that was cheating. So for whatever reason, he thought boost was okay, so we made it a rule that you can't run more than 10 pounds of boost. No nitrous, but you can run boost. So I may have accidentally purchased a turbo kit for Jackson's car, which will go on it for the race time period, and then we'll take it back off so he can learn how to drive and do stupid stuff without a ton of horsepower. So he started tearing into it and didn't record anything like I asked, but that's fine. We just went and bought a CX Racing turbo kit that supposedly fits third gens, but it doesn't actually fit this that well because it's made for a TPI car. So we're gonna have to do a lot of different stuff with the accessories, but it came with headers, cross pipe, down pipe, all that stuff. So it should be fairly straightforward to bolt on. So that is going to be what's happening with this. But yeah, that's gonna be the next 3-4 months of my life, is getting these two cars up and ready to drag race each other. And I told them, guess what? The winner gets to pick which car they want to race of mine, the mail truck or the Chevelle. So it should be fun. Hopefully in March sometime this will go down, and we will see if we can get these cars running. We're gonna see how that Aces unit likes the boost. So this is all new to me as far as that goes. So let's get to it. I do gotta say, this turbo kit actually is pretty freaking quality for the price. I mean, I think it was 1,800 bucks shipped on their Black Friday special, and it fits in here really good. I did upgrade the turbo to get the ball bearing one, so it was like another 280 bucks or something like that. But man, it does fit in here nice. It's definitely tight to the accessories, but it's a pretty dang decent system. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm actually really impressed with it, to be honest with you. Obviously the motor's jacked up, so the radiator hose is touching. When the motor's lowered back down, we won't have that issue. It'll sit better in there, but it's pretty nice. Comes with a down pipe. That'll go on the back of the turbo, obviously, which that piece gets you to about right here on the back of the firewall area. And then I don't know how the hell this guy goes on there yet. We haven't laid underneath there and tried, but I don't know. It'll go something. I don't know how it's gonna go, but that'll get us probably back to the middle of the car. So it's getting close. All right, Project Third Gen, we got our CX Racing Turbo in here. It's gonna have to come out again to do the drain line, but it's mocked up. Got the charge pipes ran. We're skipping the intercooler for now because it's just a quick and dirty setup. Yeah, we still need to figure out the accessory drive and how we're gonna do all that stuff. and then fix the oil pan. It has a big old dent in it for some reason. And what else? Oh, we got to relocate the battery also and hook up some vacuum lines, but this thing's getting pretty damn close to being ready to fire up. All right, Jackson got the oil pan off and got it all cleaned up. This is why we had to pull the pan off. Sometimes kids don't always pay attention to what they're supposed to do. Tell them put a block of wood across the pan, and you got a block of wood that was the exact size as this, and it pretty much just caved this in. So hopefully it's not ruined. We can hammer it out. And we'll have to put some clay on inside the pan and see if he bent up the pickup tube any. It looks like it's sitting up at an angle, but I can't tell. This pan, it's pretty flat, so we probably are gonna have to try to tweak that back down, but we got it all cleaned up and we're gonna start whacking that dent out in there. We were gonna do the return line for the turbo in the side of the pan here, so that was another reason why we're gonna have to pull the pan off, but we opted to go, pay no attention to the runs of my paint, but we opted to go right inside the fuel pump block off plate. So we got that done with just a AN bulkhead fitting, all sealed up. So I've read at least one person on a forum said they done it there without an oil restrictor or anything, and they had no issues with it. So we're gonna shoot for that. Hopefully that'll work just fine. This turbo does have an oil restrictor in it, so I don't think it's gonna be getting a ton of oil through there. It just needs enough to drain back. Oh, over on the car, I got the turbo done, locked in, mounted. I do need to probably adjust it, twist it this way if it needs to be rotated, but I can't do a whole lot with that until we get the motor back on the ground. All right, I just got a chunk of 2x here, and smash it off and back up. Since Jackson's not going to pick up the work on this thing. That's pretty good. Good enough to party. So, oil pan's ready to go back on. It's nice and cleaned out. Probably should maybe do one more wipe down out of it. There's some crudus and gumpus and goopus. Goopus, that's what it is. There's some crudus and goopus in the corner there, but as long as it didn't crack anywhere, we shouldn't have any issues with it leaking. Maybe I should just dump a little oil in here and see if it springs a leak anywhere. Maybe I'll do that. Because that would be really dumb to put this thing in and then have it frickin' leak. I'm gonna do that. Okay, I just went over the parts washer, filled it up with parts washing fluid. And we're gonna let that sit overnight probably. See if it leaks anywhere, if there's any leakage, seepage on the bottom of the tank. Pan, you know what it's called. You know the things. Oil pan, yeah. Turbo drain line. This will be nice having it in here because then when we pull the turbo off, we don't have to plug the oil pan. We can just swap 4 bolts out, put a new cover on, and then that can go with the swap. That way we don't have to punch a hole in another oil pan. All right guys, so over in Chuck's garage, we went and picked up his new motor and drivetrain today to go into Candy. So what we got here is LS3 out of a 2010 Camaro, I believe, with a 2 something or other, maybe 6 Whipple on top, made 550 horsepower with the wheels, and the Camaro was in. Brand new T56 Magnum. I believe that's a Holley swap pan. We've got a clutch down there, harness, ECU, everything's tuned, coil packs, heat exchanger. Picked up some nitrous bottles for some reason. I don't know why we got those, but yeah, the 355 is coming out of Candy and the LS3 is going in. So we're completely going away with the old school and going to boosted new school. That is going to completely change this car, 100%. All right guys, we're gonna call it a wrap for this one. We got a lot of work done on Project 3rd Gen. We've got a little bit more work to do before this thing's ready to fire, but stay tuned to the next episode. We're gonna get this thing started and we're gonna head over to Chuck's garage and we're gonna start tearing into Candy. So This is going to be a really fun build series. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and check out ftpspeedshop.com. Pick yourself up some merch, help support the channel. We'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.